A lot of pressure, guys. Wanted to be a dogman, I remember, and there was a thing between the ex-wife. Didn't want to have the dogs. The money that was spending on the dogs was a lot. Not having the knowledge was a lot. Having to deal with the temptations that every other person has to go through, and saying no to what everybody else is doing, because you have a pressure. It's called peer pressure. See everybody else doing this, and you want to do that, but you understand in your mind that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do what's good for the cause, not what's good for the way you're wired as a human. You're supposed to go against the grain. When people want to go to parties, you say no. When people want to go to places, you say no. When people want to do those things, you say no. And when people want to breed to this particular dog, I remember everybody wanted to breed a Barracuda, and I have this great female that I knew she was going to be special, going to be the one that's going to open up the gate for me. And I had these opportunities to breed a Hunch or Barracuda or other dogs, and then I had this dog that it was nobody. It was not even a one-time winner, but I already seen them. So I had to trust my own instincts, my own eye, and say, no, I'm going to breed to this dog, not to those dogs that I could breed for free. People was paying top dollar to breed with those dogs. I could breed for free, and I say no. And because there's peer pressure. I remember this guy called me from Florida and said, no, don't make the mistake. Come breed to this dog for free. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to breed to the freaking dog that I think is the best dog. I'm going to take a chance on me. And all these nights walking and working with the dogs, I wanted to see the dog fly on a treadmill because he looks cool. But then hand walking is difficult, and that was pressure, because I knew that hand walking was the way to do it. So I had to do it the hard way, and I was tired, and I had to do it. There was pressure in there. And then it was easy to go into cheesy competition and make titles, but I didn't want to lie to myself, because I wanted to go all the way to the highest level. And you cannot do that all the time. And I said, no, I'll do it the right way. I'm going to do the hard way. But I'll take chances. I'm going to lose sometimes. But that's okay as long as I'm true to myself. There was pressure. There's always been pressure. Always have been pressure. And even today, when I'm just a breeder, I always be a dogman, because I'm a dogman. You already achieved the status. It's a title that you achieve. It's really not related. You're doing something. You achieved the title. I already achieved the title. So, but my activities are more like a breeder. And the activity of being a breeder, I continue to develop the dogs in a different way. And I'm finding things that are amazing, and I'm finding things that I used to do that were always amazing. And the reason why I'm so successful, I actually had to do a lot of things that I have with common sense. But I went against the grain, and people copy me. If I say that I'm, real American Pitbull Terrier, real Pitbull, real APVT, RAPVT, nobody used that in history before. Now every chump wants to use it for that purpose. And so they copy me. If I say I'm the holy grail of the American Pitbull Terrier, even the bully chumps look at that stuff. They call me to buy dogs, but then I see the bully channels is using my own words to sell their bullies. Shameless fuckers all the time. So there's all kinds of stuff like that, because you're dealing with snakes, you're dealing with scumbags, right? And there's always pressure. And, sometimes the dogs, you get people that call you and they make you finances, propositions for you to sell them your dogs. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell you the dog. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sell you the dog. And so there's always kinds of pressures. You got to be able to handle pressure to stay not just relevant, but to be the best. You need to go against the grain. You need to go against the current. How you apply all these things to life, these are lessons that I'm giving you for life that you can apply to your own life. Everything that you don't want to do sometimes is what you need to do to be successful. And going against the masses, going against what the people want to do, is going to be the first sight that you got to do the opposite. Do the opposite. Do the right thing. Do it for the glory. Go against pressure.
If you can't handle pressure, you cannot be successful. You have to be able to withstand pressure. I know a lot of people that are very smart, that have great ideas, everything's good, but they can't handle pressure. And if you can't handle pressure, you cannot be a great entrepreneur.